I definitely know that the management of Real Madrid must surely approach Zidane.
Okay.
Because they made a very huge blunder, terrible blunders, by allowing somebody with trophy to move away like that.
No, he decided to move anyway.
He decided because maybe the management does not even try to agree with his condition.
Okay.
And maybe something of that nature happened. And secondly, if you look at it, Zidane to move out of that place. What about Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yes. One of the points raised, of course, in the video was Cristiano Ronaldo had gone.
Yes.
He knew that if he didn't have such a spectacular player,
that is it.
He will not be able to make it.
Now, for you to allow that kind of player, people, two characters in the team to move out of the team like that, definitely you must pay for it.
Yeah.
And which Real Madrid did.
Yeah.
They pay for it.
And they didn't actually try to get a player of that caliber to replace
This is
Cristiano
what I'm saying.
Ronaldo.
There is no way. Like, look, the impact Cristiano Ronaldo applied or he made, the impact Zinedine Zidane made as a management. There was a cohesion in the team, teamwork.
Yeah.
When you look at that, the tempo, the rhythm, everything.
Yes.
But as soon as these people left, they lost everything. And definitely they pay for it. And I know they were in the verge of introducing Mourinho back. But I know that it will not work.
Okay.
Coupled with the impact Zidane gave.
Okay.
Zidane made a lot of attributes. And definitely they need to appreciate him by.
Okay, let's look at this now. A point raised there that, of course, he must have been promised a big purse to try to get one of the hottest players now on the planet. We know these players, of course, are right now. We talk about Eden Hazard, who plays for Chelsea.
Yes.
We talk about Kylian Mbappe for PSG, and of course Neymar, also of PSG. So, do you think actually Zidane will be wanting to get one of these guys?
Definitely, Zidane will go for it. He will go for Hazard and Mbappe.
Yeah, but we had an 85 million bid for Hazard already.
It will not be a problem because what the Real Madrid have experienced now, what they have observed now, definitely any amount at all, they must surely introduce this potential lad that will come and give them the result. Even though, but there is something they also have to endure. You are not expecting this player to come to the team and make an impact of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay.
Even though they may come and make impact, but not of Cristiano Ronaldo.
There's only one Cristiano Ronaldo.
There is only one Cristiano Ronaldo. They may be lucky, but as I'm telling you, as I'm talking to you, Cristiano either Hazard or Mbappe will come. But maybe I'm not seeing them bringing Neymar.
Okay.
Because Neymar, when you compare the comparison of Neymar and Mbappe, Mbappe is more prolific than Neymar.
Right
I'm
now.
not talking about commercial goals. Yes, Neymar
commercial goals.
Yes. Neymar will just give you that commercial goals and the
but that commercial aspect of the game is very important for Real Madrid. Makes a lot of money there also. Cristiano Ronaldo was able to achieve both that and also achieve it on the pitch.
You see, Cristiano Ronaldo, the basis of that Cristiano Ronaldo, the basis of comparison is not there.
Okay.
It's a single-handed player that can cause anything, have an advantage of the team.
Okay.
You give it to him.
All right. So let's look at this now. What difference do you think Zinedine Zidane brought back into the team? In his absence, of course, we saw two coaches who flopped. Lopetegui and Santiago Solari. What difference has he brought into the team? Because I'm looking at one of these instances here where players don't like to play for the manager. Don't you think
Let me tell you, there is something that matters in football. When you talk about that dressing room,
okay,
Zinedine Zidane he came back with what? There is cohesion in the team.
Okay.
If you look at the Real Madrid players, there is every evidence that these boys love this man.
Who wouldn't? We love him, of course.
No. Everybody that they were there with him, they saw what happened. I know how to handle the dressing room without any emotion. There wasn't any emotion raised, even though when they are on the pitch. But when Cristiano Ronaldo was there was every competition that those boys want to be like Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
And they were putting in the best. You see their life of Ascenso.
They had somebody to look up to.
That even though it's not around, but when Cristiano Ronaldo disengaged the team, everything relaxed. But now they know how to go about it.
Okay.
And he's coming back. It's a very good comeback. And I promise you will see a lot of change. Okay. Even though Barcelona will still prove stubborn today.
All right, yeah. But this season, it's all over.
It's all over.
It has to be from next season.
That is why I told you that they need to exercise patience because they are going to start from clean slate.
Yeah.
Clean slate. You don't expect them to come back and then begin to make back-to-back glory or victories of Champions League or La Liga.
As he did.
But you give him time to move the team based on the perspectives of the procedure that we should define.
All right, so let's move over to something else now. It's still ARTV Sports Reel with Abdulazeez Ibrahim and Mathias Agbo. The last topic we'll be discussing today is an unfortunate one, of course. I must describe it that way. We have former Fulham and Reading striker Pavel Pobrignac. I hope I got that name right. His comment, which he has, his comment reads thus. So he says, it is laughable to have black players in the Russian national team, and this comment has been condemned, of course, by the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, through his human rights advisor, Mikhail Fedotov. So let's look at this comment now, coming from a former footballer himself who has interacted with footballers from all over the world. He played in Fulham and Reading, which means that he must have interacted with black players. But coming around at this point now to laugh over the introduction of two Brazilians into the Russian national teams, it's something appalling.
Racism temper with a lot of impact in football, whether I would like it or not. It temper with the joy of the football. It temper with the charisma, the abilities of the players, demoralize the players. If we are talking about racism, but if you look at the comment he made, I know from hearing of the comment, the utterances, he made an utterance that was unfounded. But he also apologized that it wasn't what he meant.
Yeah, but let's take a look at the statement. We have it up there on the screen. He said, "It is laughable when a black player represents the Russian national side. Mario Fernandez is a top player, but we also have Igor Somlikov in his position. We could make do without foreigners as well." He was trying to say that instead of playing this black player, why not play somebody who is from the country? Now, the reason why he has singled out this person, of course, is because of the color of his skin. He feels that because of the color of his skin, a Russian player would have been superior to him. It's already racist.
He was trying to change the comment in but there is sanction already.
Yeah,
and there is possible sanction already. But he's trying to explain himself that it's not actually what he meant.
Okay.
And when such statement was made and somebody is trying to apologize, you can't go too far.
Yeah, you can't go too far. You have to take it that way.
Yes.
However, it's clear to say that Pobrignac's remarks could bring a 10-match ban from the Russian Federation, whether he comes to try to swallow it back or not.
Until the whole thing is applied.
Yeah. All right. So that's talking about that. Unfortunately, racism is something which has been coming up a lot this year, not only in football circles, but looking at the impact it has on the game. How do you think we should be able to try to do some things to disabuse people's minds from something as base as racism?
There is something that, as I earlier mentioned, racism temper with a lot of things in football. Not only in football, in anything we find ourselves. It demoralizes the zeal of somebody that is trying to make an impact.
Yeah.
But what we have to do is to put sanction. Put a sanction that has to deal with all these type of ignorant statements.
Yeah.
And that will really give us a very good way to forge ahead.
Yeah. Besides that, of course, we will continue talking on our own part to say that the color of a person's skin or where he's from has nothing to do with what he can give you on the pitch of play in whatever sport at all. That's the message, of course, coming from ARTV Sports Reel. It has been a lovely time, of course. Mathias, of course, definitely would love to do this again.
I'm very grateful. Thank you very much, Abdulazeez.
Yeah, so that's how it has been on ARTV Sports Reel. Don't forget, you can check us up on social media. You can look for me on the social media right there on the screen and drop your comments about the show and tell us more about what we are doing here, and also contribute to some of these topics that we bring up on the show, and then we'll definitely respond to your comments. So it has been ARTV Sports Reel. I'll be signing out now saying have a lovely day.